For joining in. It looks like it's going to be a very, very flat close. The Nifty is just shy of that 19,800. We spent a greater part of the trading session well above 19,800, but in the last 1 hour, we did see the bit of softness, and it looks like the close could be below that key level. 0.05, 0.09% lower on the benchmark indices. Mid-caps in the green, but off from the session highs. To take you through the big losers, well, it's IT. The Nifty IT index was down 1.7%. Apart from that, you had the Realty and PSU banking index under pressure. The IT names which were weak, in fact, the top three losers are the IT names on the Nifty. So Tech Mahindra, Infosys and TCS post numbers, slipping close to about 2.5%. Other than that, Apollo Hospitals gave up some ground. Cipla weak, UPL down 1.2%. The gainers list includes BPCL. You've got Maruti Suzuki there, Coal India, Power Grid. Some of these power names were quite active. NTPC too, surging nearly 1%.
Well, if you're talking about these stocks like BPCL, Coal India, let's just expand that. It's all PSUs, once again, who had a great session. Of course, starting with a lot of the stocks where the market feels there's going to be a benefit because of this new royalty policy, where the royalty outgo would be lower when it comes to rare earths and strategic minerals. So MMTC, GMDC, NMDC, these were the high flyers, 5-6% up on most of these stocks. MMTC is going home with about a 19% up move as the day plays out. And even others, Nalco, some of the other metal stocks also did fairly well. Aside of that, if I talk about the mid-cap universe, then very, very quiet. There were more advancing stocks than declining stocks. That is a fact. But then you have to really pick for some of the winners out there. And the stocks that we just named, Linde India, for instance, 14% on the upside. Bosch, some of these MNCs have done pretty okay today. Hitachi Energy, good day for some of the MNC counters. And beyond that, as we said, there is Nippon Life, the asset manager, there is CAMS, there is CDSL. These were some of the names. Cera Sanitary, these were some of the names that stood out in the form of the gainers today. Aster, we must talk about Aster. There's so much of buzz and M&A action surrounding that one company. All kinds of names fly around every day, in the news, and that kept that stock excited. So there we have it, Nigel. The overall range for the Nifties were hardly 65, 70 points. It's been that narrow a day.
Well, that's right. Towards the end of trade, actually, we had some comments coming from the oil minister with regard to the city gas distribution companies. And you had, stocks like Gujarat Gas that moved up a little bit. Mahanagar Gas as well goes on with some gains. GAIL as well, the stock is going on with a gain of close to around 5%. And 2% of that move came in the final hour itself. GSPL as well. That's another stock that moved up. Just one word of caution about MMTC. The float is very, very low. Only around 7.5% in the open market. And I'll tell you one more data point, guys. 10, 12 years ago, MMTC, the float was even lower. That time it was less than 1% in the market, and the stock price was what? Any idea?
I won't guess.
More than 1,000 rupees at that point of time. So there's a low float factor that plays out. Currently, the price is around 70 rupees.
It didn't go through a split or...
No, it's one way, because there was only less than 1% in the market. When they government came to do an OFS, it was done at a sharp discount, 210 rupees if I remember correctly. And from there, the stock has gone one way. And, as of now, it's up 20%. So very lucky if you're on the good side. But you need to highlight this, that operationally, it's delivered net losses for the last many, many quarters. And also, the float is very, very limited. Hopefully, there is some change that is coming about, but just caution on board.
Okay, that's about MMTC up 20%. With that, we wrap on closing bell. Don't go anywhere. Our Thursday special big deal comes up next.